C++ is dead. That's what everyone's been saying, right? The forums, the surveys, the hot languages of the year list, they all make it sound like C++ belongs in a museum next to floppy disks. But here's the thing, if C++ is dead, then somebody forgot to tell the people running Wall Street's fastest trading systems, or the engineers building AAA game engines, or the folks training AI models that make ChatGPT look like a calculator. This language, the one they keep writing off, is actually powering more of your daily life than you realize, and in 2025 it's not just alive, it's thriving in places you'd never expect. So, before you write it off as outdated, stick around, because I'm about to show you exactly why C++ might just be the most underrated skill you can have this year. So why do so many people think C++ is dead in the first place? It's not like one day we woke up and suddenly every C++ compiler just stopped working. No, this myth has been building for years and it actually comes from a few very real things. First, let's talk about popularity polls. Every year, surveys like the Stack Overflow Developer Survey roll out a big flashy list of most loved languages, and C++ usually hanging out somewhere in the middle, while Python, JavaScript and lately even Rust are getting all the attention. It's easy to glance at those charts and think, well, guess C++ is losing steam. But here's the catch, popularity doesn't equal usage decline. A lot of the world's most critical code doesn't get written by hobbyists or students. It's written by specialized teams who aren't filling out online polls. They're too busy shipping products. Second, there's the whole C++ is too hard stigma. And let's be honest, they're not entirely wrong. Learning C++ can feel like someone handed you the keys to a spaceship and said, good luck. You've got pointers, memory management, templates. It's powerful, but it's not exactly beginner friendly. So when new developers get into coding, they gravitate toward languages where printing Hello World doesn't require writing what looks like the intro to a legal document. And then there's the shiny new toy effect. Every few years, a new language pops up claiming to be faster, safer or more modern. Rust, Go, even Swift, they all grab headlines. And for a lot of devs, if they're not using the latest trendy language, it feels like they're falling behind. That perception trickles down, and suddenly you've got people saying, why bother with C++? It's old. The funny part? While everyone's talking about the next big thing, C++ is quietly running half the software we depend on every single day. But we'll get to that in a second. Alright, so if the myth says C++ is dying, let's flip it. The truth? It's not just alive, it's everywhere. You've probably used something today that's built with C++ without even realizing it. Let's start with gaming. If you've ever played Fortnite, Gears of War, or basically any AAA title running on Unreal engines, congratulations, you've been inside a C++ powerhouse. Unreal Engine is written in C++ and it's one of the most widely used game engines in the world. Why? Because games demand insane performance. We're talking about pushing millions of polygons to your screen every second without your console melting down. Now let's jump to finance, a completely different world but one that's equally obsessed with speed. High frequency trading systems, the kind that move millions of dollars in milliseconds, run on C++. In that environment, every microsecond matters. If your code takes even a fraction longer than your competitors, you lose money. Lots of it. Then there's the embedded systems world, the tech inside your car, your microwave, your smartwatch. These devices have limited hardware resources, so the software running on them has to be lean, efficient and extremely reliable. C++ is basically tailor-made for that. If you've got a modern car with advanced driver assist features, chances are some of that code is C++. And here's the part that surprises most people. Even in AI and machine learning, C++ is a quiet workhorse. Sure, people write their AI scripts in Python, but the heavy lifting, the number crunching, that happens in C++ behind the scenes. Libraries like TensorFlow and PyTorch are built on C++ for their core operations, because you just can't get that kind of performance with pure Python. This isn't some nostalgia trip for a language from the 80s. This is the foundation of modern technology. From the games you play, to the money you trade, to the AI tools you use, and even the car you drive. And that's not changing anytime soon. So why do all these industries keep choosing C++ when there are newer, trendier languages out there? The short answer, performance. And not just fast enough to feel snappy performance, we're talking every microsecond counts performance. The reality is, when performance is non-negotiable, you don't just pick something easier. You pick the tool that gets the job done with zero compromise. And for decades, that's been C++. But let's bring this down to a more personal level. What does this mean for you? In 2025, the job market for C++ developers is still incredibly strong, especially in industries where performance and reliability are non-negotiable. We're talking finance, game development, embedded systems, robotics, aerospace, AI infrastructure, and more. These aren't jobs that get replaced every time a trendy new language pops up. They're specialized, high impact, and they pay accordingly. Right now, if you search LinkedIn, you will find thousands of C++ job postings worldwide. Many start in the 120 to 150 range, with specialized roles in finance or defense easily pushing past 200k. And here's the kicker, there's often less competition for these jobs compared to, say, JavaScript or Python roles, simply because fewer new developers are taking the time to learn C++. It's not just about salary either, it's about stability. Once you're in a performance-critical industry, companies aren't going to suddenly decide, hey, let's rewrite our entire trading platform or game engine in something else. That means long-term demand for people who can work with C++. So if someone tells you C++ is dead, just remember, dead languages don't pay six figures and run billion-dollar systems. That's the reality check. So, is C++ dead? Not even close. It's the silent powerhouse running the games you play, the systems that move your money, the software that edits your videos, and the AI tools that are shaping the future. It's evolved into something cleaner and more developer-friendly than ever before, and it's still the go-to choice when performance is the difference between success and failure. The biggest tech companies in the world are using it every day, and there are thousands of high-paying jobs out there for people who can master it. The only thing that's really dying is the idea that C++ is outdated. In reality, it's the backbone of modern computing, and it's not going anywhere. So if you've been wondering whether it's worth learning, it is, big time. Because while everyone else is chasing the newest shiny tool, you could be mastering the one that actually runs the world. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button so more people can see the real story about C++. And if you want to dive deeper into how to start learning it, check out my other videos. I've got plenty to get you started. C++ isn't dead, but if you ignore it, your opportunities might be.